Welcome to the Bot Squad podcast, everybody. I'm your host, GinaMan94, here to review Money in the Bank, the pay-per-view that happened Sunday night. Now, before I get started, I have to issue you guys an apology because I didn't get a chance to watch the pay-per-view until Monday night because I was busy watching the NBA Finals because my Cleveland Cavaliers defeated the Golden State Warriors. So shout out to Cleveland. We on top. But I'm here late with the review for that and for the Monday Night Raw that followed. So I'm gonna just split it up into two videos. I'm gonna do the Money in the Bank review now, and then I'll do the Raw review in the next video. But it'll all be out today, so keep on the lookout for all of that. But let's get started here. First, we had two pre-show matches. Golden Truth beat Breezango, and the Lucha Dragons beat the Dudleys. I'm not really going to cover the pre-show matches that much because it's on the pre-show, so obviously WWE doesn't really care about it to begin with. So let's get into the pay-per-view. Overall, I thought, there were a few good matches on the pay-per-view. Not their best pay-per-view, but, still pretty good. Still some good matches, but a lot of throwaway matches. The first match was a tag team championship fatal four-way match. Enzo and Cass versus the New Day versus Anderson and Gallows versus the Vaudevillains. I really like this match. All the teams were able to showcase what they could do, add a little different flavor to the match. The athletes would face off and the bigs would take control and, balance out the match. They would all get their chance to shine and, attempt to get pinfalls, hitting their moves on each other. Typical clusterfuck tag team match tactics. But Enzo and Cass had a good chance to win, but the other teams were able to stop them, and eventually the New Day were able to retain their titles. I thought the New Day were going to lose here. I predicted them to lose, and they actually retained their titles, so that was very nice for them. And maybe they'll lose them at SummerSlam, which is what I'm thinking. To who now, I don't know, because I don't know what they're going to do, but the New Day retained, and I'm not too mad about it. Next match was pretty boring. Baron Corbin versus Dolph Ziggler. I've seen these guys face way too many times to even care about this match. It was boring, to be honest. The crowd didn't really care about it. And Corbin pretty much beat Ziggler with the end of the day. So hopefully now this ends their rivalry because we're all tired of seeing it. Next match was Dana Brooke and the Women's Champion Charlotte versus Becky Lynch and Natty. They teamed up to try to take down Dana Brooke and Charlotte, who just been running rampant over the women's division over the past couple of weeks. Match was alright. Timing was a little off here and there, but it was still a good match. Natty and Becky ran into each other at the end of the match, and Charlotte hit the natural selection, I believe, on Natty or Becky, one of them. They picked up the victory, and I thought they were going to lose because, I thought they were going to split up Charlotte and Dana Brooke, but apparently they're not ready to do that yet. So after the match, I think it was Becky that took the pin because, Natalya turned heel and attacked her after it. And, pretty much beat the hell out of Becky Lynch. I'm just like, damn, how many heel divas are we... divas. I keep calling them divas, I'm sorry. How many heel women are we going to have in this division now? Because they don't really showcase anybody else but Becky Lynch. But, whatever. So Natalya's heel again, and I actually like her as a heel. She's more aggressive, and she even looks better as a heel. So hopefully she changes up her attire a little bit, just like she did when she was with Cesaro and Tyson Kidd. So that remains to be seen, but we'll see where this goes. Probably lead to a match between the two. Next match, Sheamus versus Apollo Crews. The story here: Apollo was tired of being bullied by Sheamus, and he was pretty much standing up to him. He got called up. Sheamus didn't like it because of this whole new era thing. He doesn't care for it. And, now they're having this match. It was pretty much just to put Apollo over, really. Apollo showed off his athleticism, hitting moonsaults outside the ring and stuff. And, Sheamus pretty much had the control of the match, but Apollo built up to come back and pretty much take over and win the match. Sheamus got too cocky, being the veteran. He was, of course, cocky about it. This kid can't hang with me. Apollo Crews got him with a roll-up victory, and that was that. Apollo Crews got a victory. It was pretty much the biggest win so far for him. And maybe they'll start throwing him into a title picture here soon. He's been picking up some wins lately. So we'll see. I really like Apollo Crews. Next match, John Cena versus AJ Styles. Dream match, WrestleMania worthy match. Um, I love this match. I mean, I know they could have probably gave a whole lot more, but Cena being out for several months, of course he's gonna have some ring rust, and it was evident in this match. AJ pretty much carried the match, but Cena was out to prove, he's still the face of the company. He's still the top dog in WWE. They had some good back and forth offense here and there. I think the pacing of the match was pretty good. But AJ did his job to perfection. He had a counter for whatever Cena threw at him. He was countering AAs and putting him in calf crushers and kicking out even when Cena was able to hit an AA on him. The finish of the match was the ref got knocked out when Cena went for the final AA to pin AJ Styles. And so Anderson and Gallows came out to help AJ get the victory over Cena by hitting Cena with the Magic Killer. And they put AJ on top of John, and AJ picked up the victory. So technically, in the record books, it will show AJ Styles beat John Cena. This is going to set up, of course, later matches for these guys. And, this ain't good. This isn't going to be the end for Cena and AJ. They're going to continue to have their rivalry. And it'll probably culminate at SummerSlam. That's probably where it'll end at, if not the pay-per-view right after. But I like the match. AJ, of course, being as great as he is, like I said, carried the match. Cena's trying to shake off that ring rust, but it was still a good match in my opinion. They'll have better matches, I'm sure. So now let's get into the Money in the Bank ladder match. And just as a disclaimer, I've never seen a bad Money in the Bank ladder match. I've never seen a bad ladder match, to be honest. This match was hell awesome. A bunch of different good spots and stuff. Like I said, I haven't seen a bad ladder match. I always enjoy these. The physicality, man, he just got hit with a ladder. That looked like it actually hurt. Like, just think about getting hit with a ladder multiple times. And just the sound of the ladder just makes you cringe a little bit. Everybody, of course, got their chance to shine in this match as well. Cesaro hit like a flying uppercut, jumping off the ladder onto the ropes. It was sick. Sami Zayn pretty much killed Kevin Owens with a Michinoku driver onto the ladder. That was sick as well. Del Rio did his diving stomp finisher onto a ladder. I think Sami Zayn was the victim of that. They had of course, multi-ladders in the ring. Everybody climbing it, trying to fight each other, knocking each other off. Del Rio took a nasty spill. Like, when he fell off the ladder, he, landed on the top rope, feet first, and kind of slipped. I hope he's alright. It didn't look good, but he took a nasty fall. I hope he's okay. But the match ultimately came down to Dean Ambrose and Kevin Owens, which I think I predicted it would come down to. Either one of these two will win unless they threw somebody in the match, which they winded up not doing. But Dean Ambrose actually came out on top and won the Money in the Bank match. He won the briefcase, so he had a chance to cash it in anytime, any place, on anybody. And we'll see later on tonight what happened. And yeah, like the match, like the finish, like that Dean Ambrose is getting a chance to shine. He needed that win. He really did. He's won a few rivalries, but for the most part, he's just been, the guy in the background to put guys over and make them look good. So it was good that Dean Ambrose was able to shine here. United States Championship match. They did my boy Titus O'Neil dirty in this match. They did him dirty. They had his kids ringside and hyping them up, USA this, USA that, and Rusev just destroyed this man. It was like a fill-in match because the finals were still going on at this point, from what I was hearing. And all they had to do was just throw this match in there so they could get the main event the most shine it could possibly have. But Titus had no chance of winning this, man. Rusev, kicked him in the face, and, his whole face shook. Rusev made him tap with the accolade. And, retained his title. Man, they did Titus so dirty here. I knew he wasn't going to win, but it could have been more competitive than what it was. Rusev pretty much just machka'd him, which means crush. But let's get into the main event now. Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns, WWE World Heavyweight Championship match. Story here, Seth Rollins, of course, got injured 6 to 7 months ago. Had to relinquish the WWE World Heavyweight Championship and Roman Reigns won it at Survivor Series in a tournament for the title. He lost it to Sheamus after Sheamus cashed in on him. He won it back, then lost it in the Royal Rumble match to Triple H, which he ultimately won back at WrestleMania 30. So he's been champion since then. So coming into this match, he's just like, cool, you're back, Seth, but, I'm the champion now. So you're going to have to prove that you're able to beat me in order to get your title back. So in this match, early on, Roman was trying to exert himself, as the dominant force that he is, the badass, the powerhouse. And is trying to prove he's no temporary champion. He wasn't just holding the title for Seth. Seth also shaking off ring rust. And Roman was aggressive and controlling for, a good part of the match. He was shit-talking him, too. His smugness was on extra tonight. The crowd was booing him and chanting he sucks, and he kind of had this heelish overtone about him. Not really full-blown heel, but, he was just like pretty much whatever to the crowd. He didn't really care about whatever they were talking about. Every move he did was with power and force, and every move he hit, he trash talked him. Like I said, he was just trash talking Seth. Like, come on, man, that's all you got? That's all you got, man? Come on, I thought you was the champ. What's up? What's going on? And Seth came back though. He kept going. He hit him with a frog splash, a couple turnbuckle power bombs. He had this nice top rope suplex into the Falcon's arrow. It was pretty awesome. You could tell Seth was a little nervous about his knee and how it would hold up in the match, but he got into his comfort zone later on into the match. But let's talk about this finish, because I thought this match was great. The finish consisted of Roman Reigns attempting to spear him through a barricade outside the ring and missing. He hit hard, and it seemed like he kind of knocked himself a little delusional a little bit, like he was a little loopy for a second. The trainer came up to him and was trying to stop the match, but Roman wasn't going to let it end like that. So he ended up getting back into the ring, and he actually speared Seth, but they had knocked the ref out a little bit beforehand, so his count was kind of slow, and Seth was able to kick out. Then Reigns went for another spear, and he got caught with the pedigree. It was kind of sloppy a little bit. I'm not going to blame him, because you got a man running right at you trying to spear you, but it was kind of cool that he countered that into the pedigree. I didn't expect for Seth to do that. And Reigns kicked out of that. And then Seth got him up, hit him with another pedigree, and pinned Roman Reigns clean. Roman Reigns lost clean to Seth Rollins. It shocked me. I didn't think WWE would have him lose clean. It hasn't happened that much so far. And he lost clean, 1, 2, 3. And then, what happened? Dean Ambrose cashed in Money in the Bank. His music hit. Seth was like, all right, come on, I'm ready for you. He was looking at the entrance ramp, waiting for Dean to come out. Dean didn't come out through the entrance ramp. No. He came up from behind. Seth turned around, got smacked with the briefcase. The match started. Dean cashed in, hit Dirty Deeds, and Dean Ambrose is your new WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Man, that was awesome. He kind of said if he won Money in the Bank, he would cash it in that same night. He kind of called that. It was a little hint, but didn't really expect them to give him the briefcase. But this was Dean Ambrose pay-per-view. He shined. It was great. The crowd was with him. They were excited. It was good for him. It was good. He needed a pay-per-view that he could shine on his own. He didn't care about Roman Reigns being his brother. He didn't care about all the friends he had. It didn't matter to him. All that mattered was him winning the Money in the Bank ladder match and him getting revenge on Seth Rollins in the most sweetest way possible by cashing in Money in the Bank and becoming WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Now, like I said earlier, I thought this pay-per-view was pretty cool. Wasn't the greatest, but it had its high spots, including, Dean Ambrose shining and looking like a star. So let me know what you guys thought about Money in the Bank, how you guys felt about it. I know the review was a little late. I do apologize for that, but it's still here nonetheless. Let me know what you guys feel down in the comment section below. Slap a like on it for your boy, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.